welcome. My name is Nikita, and I am the owner and founder of Uncovered Beauty Studio and Spa here in Lansing, Michigan. And I'm with Raina here today, and she is the owner and founder of
Ravelite Hair Studio and Company.
Yes! And we collaborate here in this space so that we can help women feel the most beautiful we feel like, or they feel like they deserve. We deliver, okay? So today we're gonna talk about the top 3 reasons why her and I, feel like, well, actually more of her, because she's the pro. I'm learning. She's teaching me why people should schedule a consultation before they decide to color their hair. Okay? So, number 1.
Okay, so for me, number 1 would have to be basically to know what you really want and what you really can get. Because you have to be realistic about some things. So, and sometimes you don't realize that there's a whole process behind what you want and what you may get and what you may not get ever.
Is it, when you say that, do you mean because the stylist may or may not do it, or what do you mean by what you?
Well, one, it is that part too. Like there are certain things that I don't do, and there are certain heads of hair that I won't touch just because so much has happened. So it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to know what so you want to have that first encounter. You want to come and talk to them because that person might not even do what you're asking for.
Right. Okay. So that's if you're going to go in. What if you're going to dye your hair at home? Should I still schedule a consultation with a professional?
You can. Yeah, you definitely can. Be honest. Don't go picking their brain just to be able to go home and do it yourself. But right. I mean, I have free consultations, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when I'm telling people, like, if they're bringing me a look, like they've been box coloring their hair the whole time with a level 3, a level 2, which is dark hair, and then they bring you this level 7, which is like a lightest brown with platinum highlights. You might not be able to get that at home.
Right.
That's not something that might be achievable on your own. I mean, and on top of that, even in the salon, it might not even be achievable. There's a whole process of being able to pull off old color,
right,
and then doing new color. But even the process of pulling off old color can compromise your hair, and the health of your hair might not be able to hold any integrity afterwards.
Okay.
So these are all things that you need to know before you go and buy yourself some bleach at Sally's.
True. Okay. Because I've seen her do like redos where people did something at home, and it should have just come out like, step 1, like the box said, or I saw a video on YouTube, and it should have just come out this color. And maybe my hair color started, like I looked for somebody who had the same hair color as me, but the difference could be that you have already box dyed your hair this color, and this person, or that person has box dyed or dyed their hair, or virgin hair. Like there's so much behind the scenes on why that might not have come out the same. That's kind of what I hear you say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So number 2.
Does it look good on you? Like you can see it on somebody else and think that that's what I want, but then you get it and you're like, that don't look the same. That doesn't look the same on me. That's a different color. And I'm like, no, you're just a different tone. Your skin is a different tone.
Yeah.
So this color is going to react differently against your skin tone over that person that you showed skin tone. Consultation can help that.
Yes.
Have you gone on any of these apps? Right now, I mean, AI right now can take your picture and put any hairstyle, any color, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the AI can also sell you a dream that is not necessarily
achievable. Right.
There you
go.
Like
we just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I experience that as well with people who come in and maybe ordered something. Shoot, my own kids, they do it. They see a hairstyle that they like, and I'm like, did you look at the model? Like the model, sometimes people see right past the model and they like see themselves with that outfit, like, ooh, I'm gonna look good like that. And it's like, okay, well, let's look at the model sometimes. Sometimes the model can say, like, she's a whole different color than you. She's a whole, sometimes that's just a little cue to, that might not look the same on you as it does on the model. So
yeah, definitely.
That's true.
I mean, people see themselves in all different kinds of ways. I'm just going to use this as an example. Early in my career, when I first moved to Lansing from California, like I worked at a salon in Okemos.
Oh.
And I had this lady who would come in, and she was a white woman, and she always brought me pictures of Oprah's hair.
Oh, no.
Yes, she loved Oprah, and like she would bring and I mean, I'm not Oprah's personal stylist. I don't know if it's a wig. I don't know extensions. I know she had a whole head of hair all the time.
Yeah.
And so I don't really know what went behind all of that, but I can tell you right now, just off of general observation, you don't have the same type of hair.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And this woman had very, very fine hair. But I just said to myself, okay, I had to make that clear to her, like, you do know that you guys have two totally different hair and stuff. But she told me, I like the way it's shaped.
Yeah.
So I figured out a way to blow dry her hair or whatever, but like, there were just some things her hair just wasn't going to do that Oprah's hair could do.
Right.
And she's like, how does she maintain that fullness? And I'm just like, not the same way you would.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's a good point. It's like, kind of consulting with a professional will also help you translate. And we do find that sometimes clients, they want a certain achieved look, but we can tell, again, like, are we talking about keeping your hair in a certain integrity? Because if so, that might not be achievable. Now, if you don't care that your hair gets ripped out or tore up or becomes thinner or falls out because of, I just want it achieved and I don't care what it takes to get there, that's a whole different story. But
yeah. And there are people who are fine with that. Like, they don't care. They're taking their hair to the limit.
Yeah. And
they're
achievable.
Willing, and sometimes it is achievable, and sometimes they're just like, you know what, it might not be achievable, but I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah, and they will cut it off and wouldn't care.
Yep.
Start all over.
Or let's throw some extensions in there until we grow it all out again, you know, or something like that. But I mean, I don't argue with you. I don't say anything like that. I'm just like, but I have to say though, like, you do have to keep your integrity as a stylist too. Like, you gotta, I don't know if I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Because you will get blamed.
Yeah, exactly.
You will get blamed.
You know, and I've had, like, in my younger years, like, I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then, no, it does. It winds up being your fault because you are the professional and you should have been the person who gave them all of these options, or at least, because there's going to be a time, like, in my career, like, you have to be the person sometimes to be that come to Jesus person.
Yeah. Like,
I got to be honest with you.
yeah, this ain't gonna work.
I mean, you could probably get somebody to do it, but it's not going to be me today.
Right.
I'm sorry.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last tip.
The last tip is maintenance. Are you asking for something that you can afford to continuously come every 4 to 6 weeks to maintain?
Ooh, that is so good because you can get it done once and you be like, you know what, I'm gonna invest, I'm gonna spend the money, I'm gonna go to a stylist, or I'm gonna spend the money and I'm gonna do it at home, and then you gotta do it again. Or maintenance.
Or it looks fabulous when you first did it, like you were able to maintain it at home, but you don't, and you tried to go in a second time and it just did not turn out the same way. And then now you're like here trying to do a color correction, or you and like I said, I don't judge anybody on this because I understand. I've been in them positions myself where it's tax season, or it's my birthday, or it's Christmas, or something like that, where I have money and it's coming in or whatever. But every 4 to 6 weeks is a lot sooner than 6 months, 5 months in between these times. So maintenance might not even look the same pricing. Like, so you came in this time and then you want it done another time, and you've done, you're like 3 sessions behind where you should have been. The price will be affected by some stylists.
Yeah.
Some stylists are going to be like, I have to use more color. I have to use more highlight. This has now become a color correction.
Yeah.
You know, all of these things based on how they choose to price and where they found their limitations.
Yeah.
So, so those are all things that are going to factor in. Like, now I got to do 7 months of work.
Yeah.
That you should have had at least 2 visits in between.
Yeah.
And
so that is a reason why you should consult with a professional before you decide hair, style, color, or anything like that. Because yes, there might be some continuing conversation or maintenance that may cost you more money even than the original, or some, spaced out money that you just didn't plan for because you didn't know to plan for it. So, with that being said, we'll be back next time. We're going to share more tips on collaboration conversations. Talk to us in the comments and let us know what you think.